The Range Rover France Sail Grand Prix in Saint-Tropez has come to a close, and what a weekend we had. I don't think we could have had two more different days. Both super intense, one windy and wild, and one light, and anything could happen.
Look at the speeds, everyone over 80 kilometers an hour.
Oh my word!
They dip it.
They fly high! Wow! Cannot!
Jimmy Spithill and the Americans have claimed the victory here at the Range Rover France Sail Grand Prix.
Well, I definitely didn't nail my predictions this weekend. These teams are really keeping me on my toes, with United States, New Zealand, and Great Britain making the top three. So in the season championship, Australia is still in first place, but New Zealand is chasing them closely. After a good event, Great Britain is in third overall. Denmark, France and Canada are fourth, fifth and sixth. United States, after the event win, are still in seventh, and Spain and Switzerland round out eighth and ninth. The Canada SailGP team. Now, they've been doing pretty well this season. I just saw them getting ready to crane out their boat, so let's go have a chat to Phil to see what went wrong.
On the leaderboard, it didn't look like a great event, but like a ton of learning. Yesterday was quite incredible. We're 4 rookies on the boat, experiencing everything new for the first time, especially a day like yesterday is quite full on.
It was a wild moment for you and your team just before the finish. Maybe talk us through what happened there.
To be honest, the most calm and relaxed and most chilled out moment of the day was almost tipping the boat over. Everything else was absolutely wild, and the boat was cavitating the whole time when you're sailing it. It was pretty incredible.
Well, I saw you going to haul your wing out, so I'll let you go, and thanks for your time.
Late night. All right, cheers.
While the Canadian team are getting their boat out of the water, I just wanted to touch on a few things that Phil was talking about. The main thing this weekend is cavitation. Now, what is cavitation? Cavitation is to do with the foil. So when the boats go fast, the water actually boils. And when water boils, it has air in it. And when you have an air bubble go past your foil, it means that there's not much attachment to the foil. So a foil, to work, needs water going across it. So imagine you're driving down a highway and you go through a puddle, you lose a bit of traction, and that's what the teams are experiencing out on the water doing those high speeds. The other thing I want to talk about while we're here is the time limit.
Race terminated.
Oh, Melanie Roberts!
Seconds away, and Melanie Roberts, the race manager, terminates race number 5.
Now, the way SailGP works is there's a 14-minute time limit. If no one crosses the line in that 14 minutes, the race is abandoned. If one boat makes that time limit, then everyone gets the score. So the winner gets their score, and then whoever crosses the line within that 14 minutes also manages to get a score. But if you don't cross that finish line, your score is your position at the last gate that you rounded. The Switzerland SailGP team, they finished 8th overall at this weekend in Saint-Tropez. Now, it was an extreme event, so very impressive. They got through that wild and windy weather, but they did struggle. They had a bad injury on board to one of their grinders. They tried to push through, but just couldn't finish that second race. They had a good day today, but with all that was going on, they only finished 8th overall, but I think there were some really solid improvements in their team. They're still playing around with their playbook, who's on the boat at any one time. So let's go have a chat to the team and see how they feel about this weekend. How was your weekend?
Pretty fun, super different between the 2 last days, but yeah, it was cool to see a little bit of everything.
Are you happy with how you guys performed in the windy weather?
Yeah, for sure we could have done a little bit better in few little things, but yeah, we bring everyone almost entire at the end of the day, so that was pretty much good.
We heard you had an injury on board. Is everybody okay now?
Elliot injured his knee. Don't really know yet what's going to happen after this, but yeah, let's see in the future.
So you've been mixing up positions with grinding and being a strategist. Where were you this weekend?
A little bit of both. Yesterday I was on the back of the boat because I was a little bit too strong for me to be at the grinding position, and today I was grinding again.
Do you feel like the team's putting it all together and improving?
Yeah, sure. We keep improving, and yeah, let's see in Cadiz.
Okay, well, thanks so much, and good luck with the packer.
Thanks.
Now, I've just popped down to the Spanish tent. Now, they're not at home. They will be at home at their next event in Cadiz. I'm going to head over to the tech area. I know they're packing up their boat to see if I can find their wing trimmer, Florian Triddle. Now, you guys have struggled a little bit, but you had a fairly good result this weekend considering the conditions. Are you happy with 7th?
No, we're not happy with 7th, but we're happy with the attitude we can feel inside the team. Things are changing in the direction we really want them to change. And I was just speaking to Jody before in the team, and I think maybe we can have our event in Cadiz, our home event.
Now we've heard you guys have been in lots of studying. What sort of things are you studying?
Well, obviously one of the biggest important things is the start, especially in days like today. If you start off ahead, you sail in clear air, don't have any wind shadow, and just get across the course way easier. So all that routine, how to, like what procedure to follow, all the steps, there's so many steps and so many different approaches with the different conditions you can get, no? And trying to find patterns and establish our routine has helped us a lot, and we've already improved. Obviously we can see how others do their routines and compare and try to, well, absorb everything we think is positive for us and put it into practice with what we think is the best.
You're looking forward to your event in Cadiz. Maybe tell the fans what they can expect in Cadiz.
Well, last year we had glamour conditions. We missed that Sunday, but it has been fantastic, and we haven't checked the forecast yet, but for sure we got the Paseo Santa Barbara, which is elevated over the sea, and everybody can just cheer on the racing. It will be quite close, and well, it's easy to say from my side because we're Spanish, but it's one of the best events this season for sure. So I think it's a really good all-round event with heaps of fun.
Perfect, we can't wait to see you soon in Spain. So here in Saint-Tropez, it has been a very packed base. Lots of the teams are sharing, except for the French team. They were lucky enough to have their own base. As you can see behind me, the Danish team, they're stuck outside. Wasn't a really good event for them, but I'm going to go have a chat, see where it all went wrong and what their thoughts are on this weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't our best weekend, but it was pretty hard conditions out there in general.
Where was it all going wrong for you?
Actually, there wasn't too many things going wrong. It was kind of decent starts all week, and one bad jibe on the first and then the third race yesterday, and it wasn't even a bad jibe in the sense of a crash. It was just not a great jibe, which is what we needed, and then that just put us in a bad position at the bottom marks, which led to, you know, in the pack, and it's just hard to fight it out from the pack. And in days like we saw yesterday, it's so hard to come back once you're, you know, the other boats are doing 60k an hour upwind, and you're just parked around the bottom mark, and you kind of just get put back at the back of the pack.
You didn't have a disaster event. I guess it's just because you made 2 podiums. We missed you there this time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't our, you know, we were more disappointed after Chicago. That one felt like a bad event. This one, of course, still feels like a bad event, but it was good to come back from 7th to 6th today and, you know, get that at least at 1 point. We never know, we might need that one at the end of the season.
Oh, well, thanks for your time, TJ, and hopefully see you in Cadiz.
Yeah, thanks.
See ya.
See ya.
Big weekend for the tech team, but you got through it.
Yeah, an amazing group of people, and it's really fun to have a regatta like this where we can show our skill set off and also put our business card on the table, so it's good to do that.
You went from one extreme to another, and that's the first time you've ever done that. How's the team feeling? Are they exhausted?
Yeah, they're absolutely exhausted, but they're still working through tonight to disassemble the boat. We've got a quick turnaround to Cadiz, so we've got to keep it rolling.
So the Australian team, they definitely didn't have the event they were looking for. They came 5th this weekend, but they still hold on to the top of the leaderboard just by 1 point. Now, I've spotted Tom having a chat to Jimmy, having a little bit of a debrief. So I'll wait till they're done and have a chat to Tom, see if him and Pete have really ironed things out after a few incidents this weekend. I just saw you having a chat to Jimmy. What were you guys chatting about?
I obviously gave my congratulations to the team. It's been a long time coming for these guys. They've been copping a bit of heat this year, so it's really good. It's sort of vindicating for those guys that they got the monkey off their back. First time in the winner's circle.
Holding on by 1 point in front of those Kiwis. I was just wondering, has Pete apologised to you for yesterday yet?
We've shook hands and it's all good. Yeah, look, I see his point of view. He sees my point of view. At the time, I was a bit fired up. He was saying, we were doing this and I disagreed, and so it got a little heated there. But look, we're mates. We've been mates for 15 years. We'll be mates into the future too.
I'm sure it got a bit tense out there today, but I did hear you guys have a swear jar now. Looking pretty empty.
Fortunately for me, we started today and I got through the day scot-free.
The next team on the event leaderboard is the France SailGP team. Now, the super cool thing that happened this weekend is this team broke the SailGP speed record at 99.94 kilometers per hour, which makes SailGP the fastest sailboat racing in the world.
The best memories for me in sailing, so impressive feeling, to be honest.
I think you actually moved up the leaderboard, and that's the goal every event, right?
Yeah, you're right, Lisa. The leaderboard is also really important, so climbing into one place more, that's pretty cool.
Well, thanks, and we'll see you in Cadiz.
Thanks, Lisa. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
It's been a bit of a roller coaster month for the British team. They missed that event in Copenhagen due to hitting the ground. They got the boat ready for practice racing, but then they lost a day of practice racing for damaging their boat again. Then they had another issue in race day 1, but they still got into that final and got 3rd place at this event. So let's go have a chat to the team and see if they're happy with that 3rd place finish. Ubi, can I have a quick chat? Here I am.
Hey.
How's your day?
Mixed day, I'd say. We really happy to make the final race after missing one of the races yesterday. But no one ever likes to come 3rd in the final.
I guess they were both super intense days. Yesterday was intense for a different reason than today. What was it like for you, just like the 2 different days?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday it was intense because if you make a mistake, you might damage the boat or damage someone. And today was intense because if you make a mistake, you just get so punished. So heart rate was up for both of them probably, and yeah, it was stressful. It's definitely stressful.
Well, you're still 3rd overall, so still in the hunt, and I'm sure you're just going to keep on charging.
Yeah, keep chipping away. Just try and get better each event, and hopefully the rest take care of itself.
So the New Zealand SailGP team, they are just 1 point off the top of the leaderboard now. They came 2nd this weekend in Saint-Tropez. They had a little bit of a controversial weekend, as we heard Tom talk about, but I'm going to see if I can grab Pete and see if he's happy with his performance and his team this weekend.
We're really happy with the weekend, and obviously a shame to be OCS by a little margin when we're in a pretty good spot in that last race. But yeah, happy to fight back and get a 2nd.
You're just 1 point off the Aussies now. Does that feel good?
Yeah, well, it's nice to take a few points off them this weekend, and I think after the penalty points have been dished out, we actually walked away with the most points this weekend. So now we're really happy with now making 3 finals in a row, and I just feel like we're getting better and better as a group. We couldn't sail quite our best today, but to walk away with a 2nd and not our best final, but to still get a 2nd was pretty pleasing for the way we're going at the moment.
We've got a pretty quick turnaround to the next event. Are you looking forward to having 2 tied events?
Yeah, I think this whole European league's been amazing. These 3-week turnarounds, and now we're into a 2-week turnaround, and it's just great to see the league grow from strength to strength.
Well, I promise I won't bother you for any more interviews today, but I'll probably see you in Cadiz.
Thanks.
Thanks, mate. See ya. The American team, not only did they make the podium for the first time this season, but they won their first event in SailGP. Now, it was a very, very difficult weekend to be a flight controller. I've spotted Hans Henken, so I'm going to see if I can grab him for a quick chat. Hard weekend to be a flight controller?
Yeah, we had a lot of different conditions. We had full-on conditions to basically didn't need a flight controller today, to be honest. Really could have been 4 up, but still on the boat, still making calls, still helping out.
You say you didn't need a flight controller today, but you were the only boat that stuck a foiling jibe in a race, and I feel like that was the moment of the day.
Honestly, it really helped us out being able to pull that off. All the flight controllers could have done it. It was the right time, right moment. We had enough pressure to pull it off. Jimmy turned the boat just perfectly, and it just kind of came through.
We're very humble, but what does this win actually mean to you and the team?
It's momentum for us. It's been a long time coming for a win for Jimmy, for sure. He's been in the podium race for a while all season 2, and being able to finally win it for him has been awesome.
As you can see behind me, Jimmy's busy doing other media commitments, so let's head over there and listen in and see what he has to say.
Yeah, look, the team were really under some pressure coming into here. I mean, as everyone knows, we added to our roster coming into season 3. I believe any strong professional sporting team needs some depth on the bench there and in the team. The real rewarding and I guess proud moment for me with the team is we got to see our team under real pressure. And what were they going to do? There was a lot of narrative, a lot of people talking in the background about what we should and shouldn't be doing, and certain people on the boat. And none of us listened to any of that. All we did was just pull each other tighter together and put the work in with Philippe, the rest of our support team. And we just slowly have been chipping away. Now, look, we're going to carry this momentum into Spain, and hopefully this is the start of the comeback in the season.
Maybe the activation earlier this week with Red Bull and Max Verstappen's winning streak has rubbed off on Jimmy. So let's see if this is the beginning of a comeback. Well, that's it for the debrief for Saint-Tropez, and what a weekend that was. I enjoyed it so much, but I'd love to know what your favourite moment was. We'll be back soon in Cadiz, and don't forget to subscribe for more content.